Hello people. So, wait, hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, so today I wanted to speak about social skills and give me a sec right now. Yeah. This is a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you are in the social circle space, I'm sure you have read or might have actually heard about this book. And the thing is, most people have a positive review of this book, yes, because it is a good book for social skills. But have you ever read this book? You went into a social situation, maybe with a group of people that you previously thought that I don't get along with these people, let me learn some new social skills. And it turns out nothing has changed. Even though you know all the techniques that are in a book like this, it doesn't really matter if you can't speak them out loud. And that's what I did. So, I would, I'm around 13 years old. I am reading this book. I'm looking and trying to develop a sort of methodology on exactly how should I talk with someone, how should the conversation go. After that, people seem to realize that the way that I am conversating is a little bit too robotic. I was not robotic, but like a little bit more, I don't know, solidified and not fluid enough. And that's not a result of the book itself. I'm sure if you implemented it right, people would not be able to see that. However, thing is, when you learn social skills without developing the emotional skills part, what happens is that this discrepancy leads to bad social skills. So a person that has social skills up here and emotional skills up here will do much worse than a person who has emotional skills up here and social skills here. By emotional skills, I mean maybe you are the kind of person, I'm gonna assume this thing, that has a kind of situational confidence. So it's you might interact with a certain group of people really well, whereas another group of people you cannot even open your mouth. Let's just say that. And I want you to try and think of these groups of people or individual people also and see why exactly you cannot speak with these people. Or maybe as you're thinking of this, I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. As you're thinking of these people, perhaps you might be feeling kind of senses of insecurity. Maybe you feel that these people are judging you or that they don't understand you. For example, people from your school might understand you better than people from, let's say, a class you just joined a month ago. Because school people have been with you your entire life, and maybe you don't feel as accepted as you did it. Maybe you don't feel as accepted as you do in the hobby class, let's say, as compared to the school. The thing is that means that we depend too much upon what other people think. So this all basically what I'm trying to say is that it ties down to your self-esteem and the way that you have and the way that you conceive yourself, your concept of yourself. I meant not conceive, I meant the concept of yourself. So yeah, basically the emotional skills part is basically getting to know yourself, what you are like, what you like, what you dislike, and making sure that the defining characteristics of your self-concept are solid enough that they can transfer to multiple social situations. And more importantly, they are not hurt by other people or affected by other people, other people's opinions and etc. in different situations. So an analogy for this would be somebody who has high emotional skills would be somebody who's a black canvas. I know black canvas sounds bad, but hear me out. A black canvas is a kind of canvas where it's very hard to be affected by other colors. These other colors are probably other people. So, and for example, somebody with social skills who only has social skills, he doesn't have any emotional skills. I'm not saying social skills are bad, but it's more important to develop emotional skills. Is kind of like a white canvas. A white canvas is very easily affected by different other kinds of colors of paint. As a matter of fact, it's so easy that the paint kind of shapes the canvas. I know that doesn't make sense, but basically, if a person in, let's say, situation B, I'm going to bring back that hobby class, says that you seem like a awkward guy who cannot speak well, let's just say. And whereas in school it might be a little bit polarizing, and maybe they might say that, oh, you speak so well, you have such good social skills. This kind of confusion, it is because of this kind of confusion and the lack of solidarity in your self-concept that you get so affected by other people's opinions. And in turn, think about it. If you feel bad about yourself and think that you're not worthy of like being in this space, then how are you going to speak to people exactly? And trust me, it's much better. Like if you think about it, most people actually don't know the social skills that you probably do, but they're able to conversate everywhere. They're a social natural. The thing is, these are just people who have a good enough self-esteem, or a healthy self-esteem, I should say, that they can basically interact with anybody else. If they say something, by the way, they don't really have a fear of rejection, so they can approach people and like talk to them and whatnot. They don't fear judgment. They can go to any situation, say that they are at a wedding with random strangers. They would be able to speak, because from their perspective, they're not even trying to impress anybody with the sort of social skills that they have. They're just there because why not? Maybe they actually want to make some new friends. But I feel like the kind of person that's like a blank canvas or has a good self-concept, you would go up to someone, you would not care if they reject them or not, or accept them or not. You would go up to them, you would speak about stuff, and even the conversational skills actually improve. For example, because he knows himself well, he might empathize and know other people well. So he has a kind of empathy sort of skill. And thus he's able to talk with many different kinds of people, and they are vast and diverse, like life experiences. A person who, let's say, his self-concept is like, well, I'm an athletic person, I'm loud, I have a big ego. He might relate to a person who say like even like old age, he's 40. But in his youth he used to be like the person that he's talking to, aka the social natural. So thus these relationships are then formed because, well, now you know yourself. And I personally think that is much more important than knowing any kind of skill, because ultimately if you cannot use it in situations, then what's the point? Anyways, that's just it for the video. I just had a little bit of a rant. That's it. Bye.